Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with my theme of watching or rewatching reruns from my youth, we're going to take a tackle of The Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno, 1977, Season 1. Let's check it out. The pilot episode, The Incredible Hulk. Our series starts with some shots of Dr. David Banner and his wife, Laura. And we fast forward a little bit to a car crash from a blown tire, which kind of sets the series in motion. David was thrown from the car, but Laura was not, and he tried in vain to get her out. Wasn't able to, and keeps having recurring nightmares about it.
Thinking of going back to the shrink?
Oh, what's the use? The doctor said I should expect the dreams to recur every now and then.
No, but they were perfect. I was going
So he starts investigating people who come up with super strength when similar events happen. He interviews them.
Had blown out. Real slowly, but I kept lifting and lifting. I don't know where I got the strength.
Strength, Elena. 110-pound women don't just lift up a half-ton car. Now, where did that come from?
Don't know. But if she tapped into it, it's got to be there.
You wounded? No, sir. I was kind of busy.
And just how many bullets were taken out of you?
17, man. I spoke with the medevac that flew you out of there.
Our first glimpse of Jack McGee.
No, thank you.
Oh, come on, Doctor. This research that you're doing gets people right where they live. Everybody would like to know how to tap into their hidden strengths. Surely you can tell me something about that.
You found it. All 78 cases, all of them have the same DNA deviation.
No, but how does it work, David? How did it make them unnaturally strong?
So he's going to give himself some gamma radiation because he thinks that might be the key. What he doesn't know is that somebody set it higher than what he thinks it is. Honest mistake. And he's getting himself a big overdose. Accidental overdose, of course. Later that night on his way home, he blows a tire. He's really frustrated. It's raining. He didn't come up with any answers at work, so he's not in a good mood to begin with. And with that hurt and pain and anger, he transforms into the Incredible Hulk for the first time. Of course, as the Hulk, he's super strong and can easily flip a car. Of course, not everybody thinks he's a friendly Hulk. Shoot me, will you? Of course, once he settles down a bit, he turns back into David Banner.
I'll tell you, this wound looks like it's been healing for about 3 days.
I don't know.
There's scar tissue formed over it. It's almost as if your body were working faster than usual.
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, whatever happened to him before might happen again. And if it does, both of us might be safer if I'm in there. Well, how high did he get?
Almost 2 million units.
He wanted a fraction of
Dose
it.
that high?
They couldn't duplicate it.
Oh, why don't you dry yourself off and get some fresh clothes on the locker, okay?
More testing and more dreaming.
He's dreaming.
watching the brainwaves on him. All of a sudden they went straight.
Dr. Banner himself
has turned into the Hulk.
He's just smashed the control console. Now he's moving toward the electrical junction box. He's pounding on the steel bulkhead above it. It's all right. Take it easy. That's it.
And he comes back once he calms down.
It's all right, David. Just rest easy. You're back now. Not hypnotize them and make them kill. Now, this creature is an outgrowth of David Banner. It's his primitive emotions run wild. It may be undisciplined. It may tear the hell out of a pressure chamber.
Jack is snooping around again.
About this size, would he, Doctor?
What's that?
That's a plaster cast of a footprint they found near the car. There were many of them in the mud.
And all it did was break his rifle and throw him in the lake. It won't kill. You won't kill. Otherwise, surely it would have killed that man. Well, no, I'm not sure.
Well, then, that's wishful thinking. The X-ray treatment didn't help. It didn't help.
He's trying to cure himself now. Jack breaks in the buildings, poke around.
Pressurization test, Mr. McGee. It exploded.
I don't buy it.
You know, I have never seen this creature that you're talking about.
Forgive me, Doctor, but I am calling you a liar.
Mr. McGee! Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
A minute later, an explosion. Of course, David hulks up. And goes in and takes out Elena, who is very injured.
I have loved you for such a very long time. And I always will.
Elena dies, and David Banner was believed to have died as well.
Face to shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee. The Lord live
Well, yes, I did, Mr. McGee. Was it really necessary to print that?
I love you, Elena. I think you love me too. Although you never said it.
But she did. Officially, episode 1, Death in the Family. 2-part episode. This episode picks up where the pilot left off. David's wandering and he sees this girl on crutches visiting her father's grave. Her name's Julie. Well, Julie passes out and David's there to carry her back to her home.
What happened? What happened to her?
She fainted.
Where was she?
I thought myostatin was a clear liquid.
Who are you, Dr. Salk?
They're giving her some medicine and he doesn't think it's right.
He was killed.
Her father.
We had a boat in the channel down by the edge of the swamp. One of the butane bottles went. There was a big explosion.
She was in the accident too and someone pulled her out.
I don't know who it was. I saw his face, but I don't remember what he looks like.
Myostatin. And the fact that he is giving it to her intravenously scares the hell out of me.
Why?
Because depending on whatever chemical it is, the toxic effect on her brain is potentially very dangerous.
Oh, him? How could he possibly?
He knows it's not myostatin that you're giving the girl. And he picked up on that intravenous injection which you so cleverly gave her right in front of him.
You take care of him, Miss Griffith, and I
Gerald
promise you won't
McRaney.
be any trouble, and I guarantee you that he won't be back here again.
He works on their fruit ranch.
Well, all right, Denny.
They're going to have him
I think it would be best for
get rid of David.
Neither do I. All right, fine. Then you just hit the road. As soon as I speak with Mrs. Griffith, I said, get out.
Well, they toss him out, and then, of course, he hulks out.
Where'd he come from? Like this.
The Hulk encounters an old man.
There you go. Ain't that good?
As David Banner, he visits the hospital the next day. Turns out Denny, Joe McRaney, was injured.
But he's under sedation right now, and Dr. Bonaparte really doesn't want him to have any visitors.
Before he leaves, though, he steals some hospital gown or doctor's outfit, and then finds Julie's files while he's there. Turns out they're poisoning her.
It's impossible to tell that it's been altered. If an expert were to examine it, he would confirm my diagnosis of her condition.
And that her condition was terminal. Don't make any more mistakes.
Margaret, darling, it was your men who bungled the explosion on the boat, leaving us with a survivor to contend with.
Anyway, David was spotted running with the files.
He's got Julie's x-rays.
They told me
Of course, he tries to warn her.
disturbed or something.
Julie, listen to me. I've got to try and get you out of here. You're in terrible danger.
Julie panics and smacks him, and uh-oh. The bad guys show up, but the Hulk rescues her and takes her out of there. David comes back and has to explain himself to Julie.
Where are we?
My medicine.
It's your poison. It's got Dr. Bonaparte's fingerprints all over it.
I can't believe that.
They run into that old man again, and she recognizes him.
On the boat, it was you. You were there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't want to get mixed up with you.
Well, you saw me in my father's grave.
Yeah. I also saw your x-rays, too, and your legs are normal.
But that's impossible. I can't walk. My legs don't work.
And you won't.
And listen, they might have taken that old man Michael in there, too.
You know it has to be done.
It'll be done all right. We'll keep you posted.
Let's get going. You love your dad a lot. Maybe you feel guilty because he died and you didn't.
Oh, come on. That has nothing to do with it. I mean, why would it be my legs anyway?
Guilt. People have lost things they love because of guilt. Painters have lost their eyesight. It does happen.
Well, not...
They get attacked by a bear while they're trying to flee, and he's going to Hulk out.
Come on, they're not in this. We get back on the thread.
They fall in some quicksand while they're fleeing also. And he hulks out again. Is she going to be able to walk finally to rescue him? She is.
You can turn it into that creature? God only knows. How's Denny?
He's doing fine. We all are. Except you.
What really interests me is that creature that carried you into the swamp. What happened to that?
It went down in some quicksand.
Episode 2, final round. David's getting beat up by a couple of thugs in the street, and Martin Cove from the Karate Kid, a local boxer, shows up to save him.
What I put in my body, you know? I mean, I'm training real hard because I gotta be in shape when that big chance comes, you know? Yeah. Look, maybe I could deliver whatever it is, and you wouldn't have to interrupt Rocky.
Oh, you don't mind. Rocky makes all the important deliveries for me.
Besides, we brought along some reinforcements.
The boss at the gym is involved in heroin, which he is unwittingly delivering.
I mean, I don't want to get you into trouble, but I mean, heroin's really bad stuff. I mean, I know a lot of guys who got messed up, you know? What? Yeah, the high-shot contender. It's gonna be just like in the movies. I'm finally gonna be on my way. Yeah, to jail. Hey, what are you talking about? About 50.
The boss is going to try to eliminate both David and Rocky, so they don't talk. They've got plans for both of them.
See my quarterman tonight? No, I ain't seen him. What happened to him? Hey, drifters like him are a dime a dozen. I'll take care of you, Rock. Yeah.
Ray? That's right, it's all you do. Rocky will do the rest for us. When he reaches the peak of physical exertion, that's when he'll have the heart attack.
The Hulk cleans house, the bad guys are taken care of, and Mr. McGee arrives just to see the Green Man running off. Episode 3, The Beast Within. David has a job at a zoo.
Well, aggression in animals and how to control their anger. I probably should explain. I had a little pre-med at Berkeley and a couple of years of animal husbandry. My wife was a research scientist.
Is the Stanford Foundation going to renew my grant?
Fetch your magazine article. It shaky, but... Well, Claudia, there's one other thing. The board wants a hearing on the death of the lion cub and the orangutan. Oh, Dr. Malone, I don't think that this animal is dead, but rather in a comatose state. I really think we can save its life. No, I'm afraid it's too late. He's gone.
Shady stuff going on.
He doesn't know it.
He knows the monkey wasn't dead.
He's not going to interfere anymore. Let's be certain.
Well, I can't just fire him. He might get more suspicious and go to the board.
Bad guys are injecting this ridiculous-looking monkey. There's going to be some major aggression soon.
Okay.
Like meeting an assistant keeper who's an expert in biomolecular structure. David, it would be nice if you became my assistant.
Just clean it up. I'm sorry. Knock it shut. I'll get the key.
Wait, Carl. Hey, Carl, there's a key right there in the cabinet. Hey, Carl!
With this new animal getting sick this soon after arriving.
What?
One of the zebras is showing the same symptoms of that virus.
It was fine when I examined them yesterday. Who would use it?
I don't know. I don't know who did it. But I think he used it on Elliot.
And maybe the lion cub and the orangutan that died?
Possibly. Maybe they weren't dead. Maybe they were being sold illegally.
And give him a shot of this.
What for?
20 cc's put that gorilla into a coma. Almost half a bottle's gonna do wonders for him.
Gamma-ray effect on DNA overlap.
Bad guy's taken care of, and David is once again on his way. Out of town.
Dwells within him.
Episode 4 of Guilt, Models, and Murder starts off with a body being found, and it looks like David is post-Hulk, and he's wondering, did I kill her? A flashback.
Please, help
The big news this morning is the murder of model Terry Ann Smith, who for years was known as the Jocelyn Cosmetics girl. Last night she was killed.
Flashback again.
Squeezed her. Crushed her.
So he gets a job there.
I'm afraid not. Hire him.
Mr. Jocelyn, yeah.
Hire him, Ellen. Don't argue. He's the one from last night. I'm positive.
One of the models on the premises is Lonnie
She was
Anderson.
my den mother, my sister, and advisor all rolled into one. The voice of experience. Terry'd been
Long enough to see you. I want to know why you didn't tell the police. What are you trying to hide?
nothing, just drop it.
Sheila, I have to know what happened. Did Jocelyn do it? Tell me.
Yes. Legs wouldn't move. I just watched. Watched as he picked up one of those metal statues and hit her. He hit her in the back with it. Killed her.
No. I'm here to ask you to go to the police.
For what?
To tell them you saw Jocelyn kill Terry Smith. That it wasn't the creature.
I'm afraid he's right, David. Because James didn't kill Terry. I did.
In you go.
Please tell us that something you recorded on your tape machine played a key role in the arrest of James Jocelyn and Sheila Cantrell. Can you tell us what it was?
Well, essentially, it was a recording of a full confession.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have within him.
Yours hasn't kicked you right out on your ear. This thing is becoming an obsession with you.
Maybe so. But right now, the Hulk is down there, somewhere.
Your name means something.
David is working in an arcade.
You're the most respected small businessman in the area.
Thanks for the compliment.
Jack Crucian runs the place.
15 years. We've all been paying protection money to Jason.
Daddy's new assistant. Kind of
That's
cute.
Jason, the mafia guy.
Yes, I presume he has a little something for me?
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry.
Norman Abrams only sent 800 and change. Now, either he had a bad week, or there is a cancer spreading on Times Square.
The man who's talking the loudest is Leo Kahn. I want you to see to it that he doesn't talk anymore.
There's no getting around it. I heard the talk on the street myself. Somebody's been hired to kill me. Jason wants me dead, out of the way.
And the way I figure it, you're working for either Franklin or DeMarco. Both of them are trying to force me out of Manhattan. You must be running middleman for either one of them, and...
Wake up. Listen to me. Can you understand me? I know what's going on. I know how you can stop Jason.
Oh, yeah, sure. We're gonna do it together, Leo.
David sneaks in there. Turns out they're involved in the... Jason's involved in the illegal drug trade too, of course.
Park Avenue garage.
Norman's daughter, Carol.
Oh, and that envelope. It has a ledger with some fingerprints on it, so be very careful.
David, the police, why?
Get there when we get there, mister. I've got to be there by 5. Hey, Jack. What the? Somebody stop him.
Norman, you okay?
Would make a stay.
No.
Well, now that Uncle Jason's in jail, he can afford it.
No.
You're not going to tell me why, are you?
No.
And now when David Banner grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. To control the raging spirit that dwells within him.
Chicago Neurology Research Clinic.
Phil, what's that for?
That's just a precaution. This is the drug. Now, do you remember the whole routine? If you had...
No.
David boards the plane.
Oh, I hope it's nothing serious. We're taking our second honeymoon.
That's nice.
34 years ago, we met in Lakeshore Drive.
The wrong guy takes the coffee.
Go ahead and do it anyway, didn't you?
Look, for 20 years, I've had 2 cups of coffee with every meal.
She does get pills in the coffee of the pilots, though, too. Except her co-pilot, Maya.
Well, that stuff doesn't fool around.
May I help you?
Yes, the cup of coffee you took from Mr. McIntyre. Did you ever find out what was in it?
A vitamin supplement, like I said before.
No, the man is out cold in the seat next to me, and it didn't...
The captain locks David in a little booth, cage. Turns out he's trying to steal a bunch of Egyptian artifacts.
Tried to kill me, I had to knock him out.
Why would he even bring you down here?
Because I discovered that he and the other flight stewards had drugged one of the passengers in the flight crew.
What are you talking about?
Look, the amount of drugs you gave to each one of these men, they never would have awakened in time to land this plane. Now, everyone out there is going to die unless we find a pilot.
Where's Phil? In the hold, unconscious.
Bixby's courtship of Eddie's father, co-star Brandon Cruz.
Hey,
He's got
where are the real pilots?
He's been practicing flying.
We're at 145.
All right, good. Now look at the ILS crosshair and tell me what you see.
I think we're below the glide slope.
That's right, you are. Now, I want you to the left a little. To the
A lot of
left.
pressure on David.
If you can hear me, you've got to keep trying. Keep trying, David. Keep the nose up. Keep pulling back, David.
in touch with the doctor.
All right. I'm really sorry.
So am I.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have, spirit that dwells within him.
What's a guy like you doing working for Pretzels as a shill?
David's working in a casino.
Oh, just the breaks of the hustler, I guess.
Oh, so hustler. You look more like a lawyer.
Once this thing goes down, they are the ones who are going to have to run for cover.
If you can get the evidence out. Ed, they know you've got something. They're not going to let up until they get it back.
To be able to find something at the Sahara.
The Sahara, yeah. It's okay?
Yeah, it's a good, safe place.
All right, then. I'll grab the first flight out. You and Wanda and I can get together for dinner tonight. How's that?
Hey, there's that McGee guy.
Where?
No, right here in the paper. Take a look. That guy is too much.
A reporter gets hit by a car, and David happens to be on the scene, and he gives him his tape recorder.
It might make him feel better if you go in with him.
Acquainted is a very good friend.
Who is this? Your voice sounds very familiar.
Look, I don't have time for long explanations, but I'm afraid he's been in a very serious accident. He's been hurt.
What's this?
Jack McGee, Sahara Hotel.
McGee. Where do I know that from?
Well, David was roughed up by these bad guys, and then he hulks out.
I think you better go pack a bag.
Why?
We're gonna go over and get Ed's story. And I think you and I should grab the first flight to anywhere out of town.
To me, before he passed out, he told me that McGee was to get a key from Wanda. If he has already done that, his life is in serious danger.
Jack goes to the storage locker.
Don't move and don't talk, okay? Now give me the envelope.
David is taken hostage too and thrown in a car with Jack, who is conveniently knocked
He
out.
tried to make a run for it. Had to leave on him.
Time up, Charlie.
You do make yourselves comfortable.
Dr. David Banner. Does that name mean anything to you? Banner. Do you understand me?
Maybe I will at that.
Then an accidental overdose of gamma radiation alters his body chemistry. And now when David Banner grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. Him.
Hitching a ride.
What do you need him for?
I have a letter for him, and all the guys are supposed to be around when he opens it.
How come?
Don't ask me, I'm just a mailman.
I'll kill you if I get the chance.
Who gave it to you? I don't know, a girl. What girl? What are you doing?
echo in here.
No real damage. The radiator hose doesn't look too
The
bad.
bad guys are gonna give chase.
Later, we gotta get that truck back.
People drive that fast, get themselves hurt.
Yeah.
What is that?
A computer component.
A what?
A very expensive computer component.
It's...
They eventually catch up and kidnap her.
Get your hands off of me!
Location, sir.
I don't know. It's a warehouse over somewhere around 211.
What is the number on your telephone?
78, I can't read the rest of it. It's scratched out. I don't have 25 cents.
Then I can't complete the call, sir. Sir? Sir, hello? Are you there? Sir, hello? Are you there?
Go. She must have ducked off the road somewhere. Come on. We got him now, boys.
God, we made it over the top.
Yeah, so did they.
Now it's our turn to run him into the ground.
David!
Tony! Tony!
David? I thought...
Come on. We've got to get down the highway and get some help.
A rare happy ending.
How about lunch?
That's a start.
No. But this time it was for the better. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have.
Thanks.
Hitching a ride with a pregnant woman named Carrie.
I'm David Bernard.
Carrie Taylor.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought it'd be years before I had a human subject to work with.
I just hope I don't disappoint you.
Impossible. However, I gotta tell you, I can't figure out why you want to go through with this.
So we thought we'd bring her up here. She one of your patients?
I never saw her before. She must have got my name from the ambulance attendant. She just gave birth?
Yeah.
What happened?
Walking downtown, collapsed. Nobody knows where the baby is.
My name is David Bernard. I'm looking for a friend of mine, Carrie Taylor.
What was the name?
Carrie Taylor. I dropped her off here this morning.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid you have the wrong address.
I'm sorry, but I'm sure that this is it.
He sneaks on.
No, they're helping me. Look, I can't afford to raise a child, and they have customers who can.
Customers. Some money's involved.
We tried, Doctor, but she got out the back gate last night. She was delirious.
Obviously not delirious enough. She asked for me by name in the emergency.
What did you do?
I sedated her. She's in a private room now until I can get back and get her out of there.
You said that you're running an experiment on him?
In about 10, 15 minutes.
Is it risky?
Well, it's too risky for a policeman.
Have a choice. They already know enough about the operation to convict or blackmail us. We've got to get rid of them.
But we don't know for sure.
We can't take the chance.
The insertion is in the wrong direction. I knew that, David. These aren't the cells. This is morphine sulfite. Enough to kill you.
He hulks out, but he's groggy.
And now. 1, 2. That's it, good.
The Paradine doctor.
Thank you.
I want my baby.
With the help of the Hulk, she's able to give birth, and she's gonna keep her baby.
That's it. Now, up against the wall.
Yes. Yes?
Carrie, there's a reporter from the National Register here. Mr. McGee?
Look, I've got to go.
Then an accidental overdose of gamma radiation alters his body chemistry. And now when David Banner grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs that dwells within him.
If you were to delay your trip one more day, and that would give me a chance to get free so that I could assist you personally when you arrive.
Oh, no problem, Mr. Hammond.
In Yosemite. Anyone
David is posing as some sort of investigator so he can get access to some gamma tools, radiation.
Thank you.
The laboratories don't affect our safety.
That's true, but I would like to inspect the primary power lines, and according to the plans, they run right through the laboratory.
Hello, Paul. Yes, will you pull the security dossier on Dr. Patterson? And meet me on level 1. Oh, and Paul, have Marcia page me in a minute and a half.
David finally breaks free to start poking around on his own.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yes, believe it's an earthquake. Door! Get to the doorway!
Ron? Ron, take a look at this.
Well, it's obvious that the leg is broken. Now, it's possible that a bone fragment could cut the artery.
Who's this guy, Marcus Welton?
Leg immobile.
At least your first aid isn't a fake.
Terrific. The reactor's going.
What?
The search party says that all access to level 4 is cut off.
So he hulks out and saves the day.
We can get out this way.
We understand that somebody spotted a large hulking creature down there. Could you describe
Come
exactly...
on, Jack. We're trying to cover a real story here.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have dwells within him.
Nice looking guy, dark hair.
Then they start to beat him up, and all of a sudden, I don't know where it came from, but there was this great big green guy.
Green? Sarah, believe me, I don't want to go, but I...
Well, then...
He's working at a restaurant.
Talking about it and get busy, can't we?
Sarah, will you just...
Now, I know you'll make the right decision.
Down the docks.
Gonna take the job in New Orleans?
I don't know.
Some tough union guys trying to strong arm her.
Get out of here. She don't want to talk, and we don't want to listen.
You shut up, you... Oh. There's talk around the dock that Frank's death was not an accident.
Well, the police did a full investigation. And Cliff even hired a private investigator. Oh my God!
Speaking of Cliff.
Easy. Oh, you're right. All right. Give us a kiss, love. I guess you have to cook it first.
I think so.
Gets involved in a bar fight.
I'm not going to take goodbye from you, Mr. Barton. I'll be seeing you much better.
Then I'll be seeing you.
I've had my fill of your little accidents. Was Frank a little accident?
Come off it, McConnell.
That should be sufficient evidence to implicate a group of individuals responsible for a large-scale black market operation on the docks. October 15, 1976, the Crest...
Sarah, is Josie here? I thought you left.
What's wrong? Forget your severance pay?
Frank's death was no accident. Marty Hammond killed him and Cliff was in on it.
This makes everything all right. I just want to get my records on these shipping dates, and then we'll be in business.
Why?
Why?
Nothing was supposed to happen to Frank.
Had to bring her. She knows everything.
David to the rescue.
We've got to get out of here. Turned off.
Take care of him.
Help!
Set her down on number 3 hole.
What is it? It's a thing from the bar again.
David says his goodbyes, and it's on to season 2. All right, let's talk about The Incredible Hulk. Season 1. I actually started watching this a little over 3 years ago. I watched the first half of season 1, and then I just stopped and started doing movies again. Didn't revisit this until about a week ago. So I finally got through season 1 after 3+ years. So anyway, I can't remember. I have a box set which shows which has all 5 seasons in it. I'm thinking I probably showed that to you at the beginning of the review here. This is the end. So anyway, not much to tell you about The Incredible Hulk. I remember the show as a little kid, seeing this on the air. I always liked it. Maybe by today's standards, people might think it's cheesy, but it's really good storytelling, if you ask me. It's really good. The Hulk is fun. David Banner is fun. It's a good show. I really enjoyed the show, and got nothing more to tell you about it. It's a fun show. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about The Incredible Hulk, and I'll leave a link to the box set if you're looking to buy this one. I don't, maybe this has been released on Blu-ray by now. I think maybe it has. Anyway, I'll leave a link to something. Again, season 1, it shows the original pilot, which I think was also shown in the theaters, or maybe in the theaters overseas. I can't remember, but it's basically the origin story of how David Banner became the Incredible Hulk, and then we see several episodes. So anyway, check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about The Incredible Hulk. Watch it. Bye.